My fiancée texted me. Spending a few nights with my ex before the wedding, just closure. I replied, okay. Then I canceled the venue, the DJ, and the hotel block. She found out at her own bachelorette party when the venue manager called, and then, I'm 36 male, and had been with Natalie 33 for 6 years. We got engaged 14 months ago in a quiet moment on the balcony of our house in Austin, Texas. I proposed with her grandmother's ring that she'd always loved, simple gold band with a small sapphire. She cried, said yes, and we started planning right away. Everyone said we were the perfect couple, stable, supportive, the kind of people who finish each other's sentences at dinner parties. I work as a senior structural engineer at a firm that designs commercial buildings across the Southwest. Good salary, mid-six figures with overtime and project bonuses. Natalie was a pediatric nurse at St. David's Medical Center downtown. She made solid money too, around $90,000, but long shifts left her exhausted. I handled most of the bills, the mortgage on our 3-bedroom Craftsman in South Congress, the utilities, the 2 cars, the HOA for the community pool and trails. She paid for groceries, date nights, and whatever she wanted for herself. I never minded. I loved seeing her happy, loved the life we were building. We met at a friend's backyard barbecue in 2018. She was wearing cut-off shorts and a band tee, flipping burgers like she owned the grill. I was the quiet guy in the corner nursing a beer. She came over, handed me a plate, and said, "You look like you need real food instead of whatever sad kale thing you're pretending to eat." We talked until the stars came out. 6 months later, we were living together. For years after that, I bought the house because the market was soft and I wanted roots. She loved the big kitchen, the backyard with the live oak, the front porch where we could sit with coffee and watch the neighborhood kids ride bikes. Wedding planning started slow but picked up speed last spring. We booked the Driscoll Hotel downtown for the ceremony and reception. Historic, elegant, the kind of place that felt like us. Capacity for 200, ballroom with chandeliers, rooftop views of the Capitol. Deposit was $25,000, non-refundable after 6 months out. We paid it together from our joint savings account. DJ was a local favorite who did weddings for half the tech crowd in Austin, another $8,000. Hotel block at the Driscoll for out-of-town guests, 40 rooms at a group rate. Photographer, florist, caterer, officiant, all locked in. Natalie handled most of the details because she enjoyed it. I showed up for tastings, suit fittings, and whatever she asked. Her bachelorette party was scheduled for the last weekend in April, girls' only trip to New Orleans. She was excited. Bourbon Street, jazz clubs, a rented Airbnb in the French Quarter. Her best friend Megan organized it. I was fine with it. I trusted her. Or I thought I did. The text came on a Thursday evening in mid-March. I was in the garage working on my motorcycle, old Triumph I'd restored over 2 years. My phone lit up on the workbench. "Natalie, hey babe, I need to tell you something. I'm going to spend a few nights with Ryan before the wedding. Just closure. We never really got to say goodbye properly last time. I think it'll help me walk down the aisle with a clear heart. I'll be back Sunday night. Love you, Ryan." Her ex from college. The one she dated for 3 years before me. The guy who broke up with her senior year because he wasn't ready for commitment. She'd mentioned him maybe 5 times in 6 years, always in passing, always with a shrug like it was ancient history. I'd never met him, never felt the need to. I read the message twice. My hands were greasy from the chain lube. I wiped them on a rag, stared at the screen, then typed back one word. Me, okay. I set the phone down. The garage felt suddenly quiet except for the hum of the fluorescent lights. I didn't yell. I didn't call her. I just stood there for a long minute, letting it sink in. Then I walked inside, washed my hands, poured a glass of bourbon, and sat at the kitchen table. First thing I did was open my laptop and log into the joint wedding email account we'd set up. I had all the vendor contacts saved there. I started with the venue. I called the Driscoll's events coordinator, a woman named Carla who'd been helpful from day one. It was after hours, but she picked up her cell. She always did for brides and grooms in the final stretch. "Carla, this is Ethan Hayes, Natalie Bennett's fiancé." "Ethan, everything okay? We confirmed the ballroom setup yesterday." "Actually, no. We're canceling the wedding." Silence on her end. Then, "I'm so sorry to hear that. Is everything all right?" "It's personal, but the contract is in both our names. I need to cancel the reservation effective immediately. I'll email the cancellation request tonight." She hesitated. The deposit is non-refundable at this point, but I can process the cancellation. You'll lose the full $25,000. I understand. Please go ahead. Next, the DJ. His name was Marcus Reed. I texted him first. Me, Marcus, Ethan here. Wedding is off. Please cancel our booking for May 18th. No hard feelings. I'll send payment for any cancellation fee. He called back within 2 minutes. Dude, what happened? You guys seemed solid. Long story. Just need to cancel. He was professional about it. Okay. There's a 50% cancellation fee since we're under 60 days. I'll refund the rest. Fine. Thanks for everything. Then the hotel block. I called the Driscoll reservations line, explained the situation, and asked them to release the 40 rooms and notify the guests. The manager was sympathetic. We'll send an email blast to the block list tonight. Sorry it didn't work out. By 10 o'clock that night, I'd canceled everything that had my name or credit card attached. The joint savings account still had about $18,000 left after deposits and payments. I transferred my half, $9,000, to my personal account. The rest I left for Natalie. Fair split. I didn't sleep much. I sat on the porch until 2 a.m. watching the streetlights. When she got home Sunday night, she walked in carrying her weekend bag, smiling like nothing had happened. Hey babe, she said, kissing my cheek. Missed you. I was on the couch with the TV muted. How was New Orleans? Great. Relaxing. Ryan and I talked a lot. It was good closure. She sat next to me, put her head on my shoulder. I'm ready now. Really ready for us. I nodded. Good. She noticed I wasn't hugging her back. You okay? Yeah. Just tired. Monday morning, I went to work like normal. She had a 12-hour shift. While she was gone, I packed her clothes, toiletries, books, and the few pieces of furniture she'd brought into the relationship. I used the guest room closet for boxes. Clean, labeled, nothing dramatic. I changed the Wi-Fi password and the garage code. I left her key on the kitchen counter with a note. Natalie, wedding is canceled. Venue, DJ, hotel block, all done. Your stuff is in the guest room. Take what you need. The house is in my name. You can stay until you find a place, but I'd prefer you move out by the end of the month. We can talk logistics when you're ready. Ethan. I left for a site visit in San Antonio. Didn't check my phone until lunch. 37 missed calls. Text from her, from Megan, from her mom, from mutual friends. Natalie, what the hell, Ethan? The venue just called me. They said the booking is canceled. Is this a joke? Natalie, answer your phone. Natalie, I just got an email from the Driscoll. The whole block is released. People are asking me what's going on. Megan, Ethan WTF? Natalie is freaking out at her bachelorette brunch. The venue manager called during mimosas. Everyone heard. This is insane. I didn't reply to any of them. I finished my site walkthrough, drove home, and went for a run along the trail behind the house. When I got back, Natalie was in the living room, mascara streaked, phone in her hand. You canceled everything? Her voice was shaking. Yes. Why? You said you needed closure with Ryan. I gave you space for that. But I'm not waiting around while you figure out if I'm second choice. It was 3 nights. It wasn't like that. We just talked. You spent 3 nights with your ex right before our wedding. For closure. You didn't ask me. You told me. Like it was already decided. She started crying. I thought you'd understand. I thought you loved me enough to let me do this so I could be sure. I do love you. Loved you. But love doesn't mean being a doormat. She sat on the couch, head in her hands. My bachelorette party, everyone was there. My cousins flew in from Dallas. My college roommates. They heard the call. Megan had to explain it wasn't a prank. They looked at me like I was trash. I stayed quiet. The girls kept asking if I cheated. If that's why you canceled. I told them no, it was just talking. But they don't believe me. My own mom called crying, asking what I did to ruin everything. You told me you were spending nights with him. That's what you did. She looked up. You could have talked to me, confronted me, fought for us. I did fight for us. For 6 years. Paid for the house, the ring, the wedding. I trusted you. You chose him for your last closure weekend. So I chose to protect myself. She stood up. This is cruel. You humiliated me in front of everyone I know. You humiliated yourself when you sent that text. I just followed through. She packed a suitcase that night. Stayed with Megan. The next week she came back for the rest of her things. I wasn't home. I left the key with a neighbor she trusted. Update 1. Word spread fast in Austin. Our friend group split. Some sided with her. Said I overreacted, that I should have communicated. Others texted me privately. Dude, she was sleeping with him. We saw the Instagram stories from Nola. Hotel room selfies. She posted then deleted them. I didn't look. Didn't need to. Her mom called me once. Ethan, she's devastated. She says it was emotional, not physical. Can you at least talk to her? I believe her that it started emotional. Doesn't change anything. 2 weeks later, Natalie texted from a new number. Natalie, I moved into an apartment near the hospital. Rent is killing me. Can we meet? Just coffee. I need to explain. I replied once. Me, no. Take care. Update 2. 3 months later, July now. The house is quieter but mine. I sold the ring back to the jeweler for what I paid. Didn't want the reminder. Donated the wedding tux to a charity. Started dating again slowly. Met a woman named Claire at a climbing gym in Barton Springs. She's a graphic designer, 31, laughs easy, doesn't play games. We've been seeing each other for a month. Nothing serious yet, but it feels good. Natalie quit St. David's. Too many people asking questions. She took a job at a smaller clinic in Round Rock. Her friends told me she still talks about what if with me. Says I was too cold. Says she never meant to hurt me this bad. I ran into Megan at a coffee shop last week. She bought my drink. Natalie told everyone you ghosted her after the Bachelorette call. But I was there. She cried the whole brunch. Kept saying he'll come back. He always does. She didn't think you'd actually cancel. She thought I'd wait. Yeah, she did. I don't hate Natalie. I hope she finds peace, finds someone who fits what she really wants. But that someone isn't me. In her version of love, I was supposed to stay put. Absorb the hurt. Forgive the closure trip. Be the safe choice waiting at the altar while she tested the waters with her ex one last time. Instead, I said, okay, canceled the wedding she planned on my dime, and walked away. Some call it revenge. I call it boundaries. And every morning I wake up in my own house, make coffee on the porch, and feel lighter than I have in years. The best part? When Claire texts me good morning, I don't second guess it. I just smile and text back. Because real love doesn't need closure with an ex 3 months before the vows. It just needs 2 people who choose each other. Every day, no exceptions. Yes, I kept copies of all the cancellation emails and receipts. In case anyone tried to say I stole deposits or acted in bad faith. Everything was joint until I pulled my half. No, I don't regret it. Some people think I should have confronted her face-to-face first. Maybe, but she made her choice in a text. I made mine the same way. If you're engaged and your partner asks for closure with an ex right before the wedding, don't say, okay, and wait. Say, okay, and start protecting your future. You deserve better than being someone's backup plan.